throttle crank 1 inch. You're clear on the ground, Fred?
Clear on the ground.
Okay. Cranking 3.
How are you?
I have never been in a bomber before.
Okay.
I'm fine. Nice to meet you.
Well, you'll get to be inside one today.
I've never been in one of these before, so this is
Okay.
totally...
So, Greg, can you do the senator a favor and explain the sort of the overview of running the Lanc and you know, all the things that are involved with that? She's going to be in today. She's thrilled to be in the Lancaster today. But if you can just show her what's going on with the Lanc and how we run it, that would be great.
Sure. We'll just head right up into the airplane here.
Okay, so are you leading me? Or?
No, you can go up first. If it's yellow, you can grab onto it. It's a handle. And
Okay.
watch your head in there.
Okay, watch
Just
my
go
head, and if
super
it's
slow,
yellow,
yeah.
I can hold it.
Yeah, go super
Okay.
slow.
The predominant
Thank
thing
you.
is to watch your head in there.
Good. Okay.
Just go super slow.
Like this.
Yeah. There's lots of sharp objects in there.
Oh, okay. So if it's yellow, this is incredible.
They're very surprised by the Lanc. They look at it from the outside and think, oh, this thing's a huge airplane.
It seems so
But
huge.
once you get inside, there's not much room.
So what's all the way back there?
Well, back there there's nothing much back there. Your hydraulics are here on the side. The flaps are on the side. This big wall that's right in front of us here that goes halfway up the airplane,
Yes.
that's the front wing spar.
Yeah.
And the rear wing spar is just behind it. So, and that's really one of the main design features that allowed the Lanc to haul so much was the fact that the wing spars did not interrupt the bomb bay.
Yes.
So the bomb bay starts right here where we stepped up. This is the front of the bomb bay,
Okay.
and we're actually on the bomb bay right now.
So all of this is the Bombay.
The bomb bay goes all the way to the back there.
Yes.
There's 33 feet of uninterrupted bomb space. The one downfall of the Lancs was they didn't have very much protection.
Yes.
The only armor plate that was usually installed was just a head plate here up behind the pilot, and that was it. And the guns, all the armament were all 303 Browning. So that's about the size of your pinky finger. And some of the Lancs had a 50 caliber machine gun in the mid-upper turret, which is about the size of your middle finger. When you compare it to what the Germans were firing 20 millimeter cannon. So now we're talking a cannon shell that size, about that long, compared to that.
You know, when you think about it, the young men in these planes were facing, I think, up until that date, unknown technology.
They were, yeah. There was a race for technology on both sides.
On both sides, yes.
One side developed radar, so the other side would try to develop something to find that radar, and then the other side would try and develop something to counteract being caught in the radar. And that's where they came up with the use of chaff, which was a little aluminum bits that they would throw out of the airplane to confuse enemy radar to make it look like the airplane was somewhere else.
But
chaff is still used today on modern fighters.
So you're an avid you're an avid person in, well, I wouldn't say an avid person, but you are eager to learn.
Oh yeah.
About this. So what is your history? What is your interest? Your interest is the history of the war itself, or both? Maybe the planes
history and the technology. I like the old airplanes. I've always liked the old airplanes,
yes.
and now being able to work on this one and actually run this one is quite an honor, actually. And of course, my uncle, having been killed on the Halifax, that's kind of the way of repaying him too. Right?
Yes.
I never got to meet him, so.
There's also a paid tribute to him.
Exactly, yeah. Actually, one of the neat things is running these Merlins the first time we started getting them running, and then seeing the vets tear up. A lot of them had never heard the Merlins run since the war. And to be able to hear it run again,
And those men, now no longer young men, now older men, have a lot of, I would say, a lot of emotion about the whole set of engagements and the whole set of encounters. And most of them have never really talked about it in their lifetimes. It's too difficult for them, understandably.
Usually, in my experience, I've run into two types of vets. The ones who will talk your ear off and they want to tell you everything about their experiences, and the other ones, the other extreme, they don't say a word.
Yes, well,
they don't want you to ask them. They don't want to talk about it at all. And I can respect.
But reflect on it. It is such a difficult, and challenging and painful thing.
Yeah.
And of course, it's couched in duty and service, but the emotions of it and the psychology of it must be terrifying.
Well, that too, and they were also only 18, 19-year-old men, so they weren't emotionally developed to handle some of that stuff either. If they were in their 30s maybe or 40s, they developed more emotionally in their character, they could probably handle certain
They don't
stuff.
have the nerve strength.
But that's the other thing too.
That's the other
People in
thing.
their 30s and 40s wouldn't have done this.
Could not have done it.
They would have said, no, you get somebody else, we're not doing that. But 18, 19-year-old coming out of the Depression for a job, hey, Bomber Command paid the most, let's
But
go.
they also had a great sense, because apparently the government was never short of people who were willing to go.
That's right.
So there's a whole sense of serving God, serving King, serving country.
Yeah.
And that is a noble thing.
It's often been said, I've heard a few historians say that World War II, out of pretty much all of mankind's wars that have been fought, World War II was pretty much the only war that had to be fought. The rest were wars of political reasons, for making money or whatever, but World War II was one of those wars that had to be fought.
And it also represented the greatest assembling of technology, weaponry,
yeah.
and people power, manpower.
Like I tell my students at school, I said the Lanc, I said, this is pretty much the pinnacle of aviation technology sitting in this airplane. And they look at me like, what? I said, yeah. Boeing 747s, new Airbuses, they're built exactly the way this airplane is built. The same structure, the same everything. All of our theory comes from these airplanes.
Master switch on.
Master on, 26 volts.
Generator field switch on.
Generator field switch on,
Yellow breakers on.
all on.
Number 2, starboard fuel cock open. Number 2, boost pump on. I'm drawing 4 amps. Starboard priming pump on. Priming number 3 engine. Number 3 primed. Priming 4. Number 4 primed. Ready for engine start.
Okay, parking brake is set. Booster coil switch is on. Number 3 engine magnetos are on. Throttle open 1 inch. We're clear on 3, Fred? Okay, cranking 3.
it's a great moment in my life. You know, to sit here to witness the drill, actually, the very structured, the very defined and structured instructions that you have to follow. And obviously somebody would have worked all of that out in the exact order. So it's a little bit like being connected to a lot of great young men who gave so much. So it's very moving.
My uncle's name is on the wall.
Yes.
He's right, find it again here. There he is, right there. Frederick W. Morrison.
Frederick W. Morrison. How old was he?
He was 26 when he died.
26.
43.
Yes. And this is your dad's brother?
Be my dad's uncle.
Your dad's uncle?
My great uncle.
Your great uncle.
Yeah.
Well, just know that when we did that reenactment, you're connecting.
Yep.
Take me from the farm.
Let me just shake your hand. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you. I just think
It
all
won't
those
do
young men,
much harm.
you just reflect on that. Thousands of them.
I have seen the lights fading in the gunway. In a war we've learned to fight for a day. AirplaneHunters.org has been reorganized for the 2022 season. This new design invites you to visit 5 remarkable aviation components of the Halifax 57 rescue story. Carl's recovery adventures.
And it's pitch dark out and he comes down in his parachute.
The rebuild shop with Scott Knox.
That this project links in with 6 Group.
Classic interviews with Chris Charlin.
There was a lot of planes going down you could see, and you didn't know sometimes.
The museum with Dan Fox.
Plans for building a big new hangar.
Special reports.
Some beautiful aircraft. It sort of is the icing on the cake of success, is that, hey, people are noticing. We've got a hell of a team. We've got great potential.
See these incredible stories by visiting airplanehunters.org on Timekeepers Canada.